Time now for another In the Legal Know with Vincent J. Russo from the Russo Law Group. And Vincent here today, part 3 of a series on trusts and Medicaid. And let's back up a little bit and just, review everybody on what we've done so far, the first 2.
Okay, so the first 2 parts, we focused on seniors who need long-term care and who want to protect their assets. So we talked about the Medicaid Asset Protection Trust, which protects assets, and the Pooled Income Trust that protects income.
Okay, and today we are focusing on younger adults with disabilities, correct?
That's correct. So for individuals who are under age 65 and disabled, who are looking to access government benefits, Medicaid, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and if they have assets, that renders them ineligible. So there's a trust that they can use. It's called a first-party special needs trust.
Okay, first-party special needs trust. This is to protect the Medicaid benefits, the government benefits that they get?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so Medicaid can cover medical care, or it can cover long-term care services. So let's go over the requirements.
Sure.
So for a first-party special needs trust, the trust must be set up by the individual, parent, grandparent, legal guardian, or court. It has to be funded with the assets of the individual who's under age 65 and disabled. The trust funds must be used for the sole benefit of that individual while maintaining Medicaid benefits. Upon the demise of the beneficiary, the trust must contain a payback provision to Medicaid.
Okay. So who benefits from this?
Okay. So who benefits are individuals who find themselves, unfortunately, in need of long-term care services, medical care, and they have assets. So a couple examples. Someone who is in their 30s or 40s and in a car accident, and now there's a personal injury, and they need ongoing services, and they have assets. So how do they protect those assets and receive those services? First-party special needs trust. Okay. A child who perhaps there was a malpractice, and now that malpractice settlement is coming in. So now there are assets rendering that individual, that child or young adult, unable to access Medicaid unless they take steps to protect the settlement by putting it in one of these first-party special needs trusts. Let's say it's a child who's developmentally disabled, and all the family does great things. So they give gifts, and they start putting money in an account, and then that child reaches age 18, and they want to file for benefits, and then they find themselves, oh my goodness, I have $10,000 in my name. I can't go on Medicaid, or I can't go on SSI. Mm-hmm. That would be the situation there. Or Uncle Harry wants to leave an inheritance to that child. Well-intentioned, puts in a will. I'll leave $50,000 to my nephew. Now that renders the nephew ineligible for Medicaid benefits.
Okay.
So this trust allows the immediate moving of those assets into a trust vehicle that allows the individual to maintain their benefits or receive ongoing benefits.
So how does it work?
Okay, so the way it works is typically the individual or the parents will set up the trust. They'll name a trustee. The assets would be transferred directly into the trust. So let's say, we'll talk about Johnny. And Johnny has a malpractice settlement coming in. The court would order that money into the trust that the parents would have set up. When the money comes in, it can be used for his living expenses, for care that's not covered under Medicaid. Even take a vacation, have the highest quality of life that Johnny can have. And so that you can stay on the government benefits and use the money in the trust for your living expenses.
So money can be taken out of these trusts at any time?
Yes, spent for the benefit of the individual. You can't put the money directly in their name because that would render them ineligible. Okay. But you could spend it for their benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if the beneficiary passes away?
Yes. So when the beneficiary passes away, if there are assets in that trust, which there should be, then Medicaid has a right to a recovery. They get the right to be reimbursed for all the Medicaid they paid through the years. So even though they allow you to go on Medicaid or keep Medicaid during your lifetime, if there are assets at the end, then those assets first have to pay back Medicaid. And if there are any extra assets beyond that, it can go to the family or to the estate. So it's a trade-off. But in 1993, when they passed this law, it was a really good deal, because without that provision, that individual couldn't access Medicaid or keep their Medicaid. So now they can keep their Medicaid, and if there's no money at the end, the government doesn't get any money in the recovery side. So it's only what's there, and only up to the amount that they actually provided during that individual's lifetime.
Again, it's a first-party special needs trust. Very important for, many, many people.
Right, and we're using the word first party because I'm going to come back in 2 weeks, and we're going to talk about third party. All right, so I want to emphasize a first-party trust is set up with the assets of the individual who's disabled.
Okay, so we will see you in 2 weeks?
Yes.
With third party.
Right, third-party supplemental or special needs trusts.
Okay. Vincent, thank you so much.
My pleasure.